Welcome everyone to part 2 of South Park The Fractured Butthole. In the last part, we actually broke the security code to get into the secret lair of Coon and Friends. And they literally said ordinaries keep out. So let's talk to Cartman.
Super Craig, this is Coon. Do you copy? Super Craig, the fuck are you? I repeat, the fuck are you, Super Craig? Oh, great. Now the security system isn't working? Dude, what the fuck? Ordinary citizens aren't allowed in the Coon lair. We're playing superheroes now, and you aren't a superhero, new kid, so fuck off, okay? Alright, look, you can watch us play superheroes as long as you don't get in the way. Make yourself useful. Go grab me the Stefernity device. It's over there.
So now all we need to do is go and grab the Stefernity device. And by the way, we actually have a detective mode. We're going to be using that a lot. Trust me. Oh, and see this right here that says danger, do not touch? Don't touch it. If you knock it over several times, it's an automatic game over. So let's give it to Cartman.
Well, that took long enough. Stefernity device active. You really want to be a superhero, huh? Play with the big boys? Well, maybe. Maybe you can be useful. Have a seat at the table, douchebag. Let's see, mosquitoes, ABLs. Jesus Christ, are these even in a human language? Alright, in order to play superheroes, you have to have a superhero persona. Then you can fill out your character sheet on Coonstagram. Do you have a Coonstagram page? Oh boy, you're not even on Coonstagram, huh? Well, I guess I can create one for you. Fucking unbelievable. Let's see. So the first thing we need to fill out on your character sheet is your class. You know, what kind of superhero are you? Since you're a newbie, you can only choose between 3 for now.
Well, it doesn't matter what you pick. Cartman's going to have a smart-ass remark. But I'm going to pick Brutalist because I've already started with Speedster and Blaster. So let's get on with it, shall we?
Okay, douchebag, but now, we need to find out what terrible thing in your past drives you. You see, douche, all superheroes have a compelling backstory. It's from that backstory that their powers gain meaning. Let's take you back to when you were just a child. You lay awake that night. Like so many other nights, you couldn't sleep because you knew you weren't like the other kids. You walked to the mirror.
I don't know what just happened there, but wow, that was weird. Anyway, you have to follow Cartman's instructions. If you don't, he pretty much starts the whole thing over again. Again, that's another thing he's done. But yeah, it's about to get a little bit more hilarious with these coons. Sorry if I'm talking over this cutscene, because I might as well use this time to explain what's going on with the Brutalist. Well, Brutalist is actually more of a physical rushdown type move instead of the Speedster, which actually does skip turns. All the more reason why people use a Speedster. But Brutalist tends to have higher strength than what the Speedster have and the Blaster. The Blaster, however, I think is more of a ranged attack. But Brutalist and Speedster work on basically combos. Brutalist, however, has one thing going for it that Speedster and Blaster doesn't at the early going. Gross Out. Gross Out is your friend. Even though Blaster has moves that will like incinerate the enemy and cause burning, Gross Out actually is a really good thing to have early on. You will beat a lot of opponents who aren't immune to Gross Out with Brutalist. Oh, and I got smacked in the head, but it's okay. That guy's dying. Which leads to the Alpha Intruder. And this dude, he looks like... Actually, he looks like one of those muggers from the Insecurity Security episode. Whatever the case, this is the ultimate attack. You see that meter up top? Once your meter fills, things like this will happen. And with that, we now get to see the rest of the backstory.
All seem to be okay. But then you finally reached your parents' door. And what you saw when you opened that door changed your life forever and led you to fighting crime. You were too late, because when you opened that door, you saw your dad fuck your mom. Wow, that's a pretty heavy backstory. You fight crime because you never forgot the night you weren't in time, and you saw your own father, the man you trusted, fuck your mom. It's like a ripple in time you can't ever change, isn't it? All right, now that you're a superhero, I have a mission for you. I need you to go out into town and try to get as many followers as you can on Coonstagram. It's the only way our franchise will survive.
Well, as it turns out, Coonstagram is the only way for you to get friends this time around, as opposed to just doing favors for them and friending them on Facebook, or just running into the people. There's going to be certain people on Coonstagram that, well, actually won't friend you on Coonstagram until you get enough followers on Coonstagram. Among them, I do believe, is Kevin Stoley. As a matter of fact, he's right outside. But still, I'm actually using Coonstagram to show off the character sheet because there's going to be your task. If you beat a certain number of moogs, get a certain number of costumes, get a certain number of followers, you're going to end up getting experience points. Yes, the member berries count among those things to do for experience points as well. I'm also trying on one of the new DLC costumes that was actually given to me. Actually, this wasn't a DLC costume. This was actually from the previous game, if I'm not mistaken. And there was also a lot of mustaches and stuff, too. And this is wigs that you could actually change your hair into. So I'm going to go on ahead and change this hair to the goth hair, which that is actually an exclusive in the Ubisoft online store. And no, I didn't buy the DLC, sadly. Anyway, I actually showed off crafting, which crafting is going to be where you take items that you pick up and find around the ground, and if you have the recipes for them, make them. Now, as soon as you step out, you're going to have to take a selfie with an old lady. And as you can see, Leanne Cartman is sweeping her porch. Also, get used to seeing the sign. Well, get used to seeing the inspection mode, because that's basically how you're going to find out how to solve a lot of puzzles. And of course, you got to take a picture with Miss Frinkle first to start off. I mean, it's not really that much of a cutscene, I'm just talking over it, but still. And the game's going to show you who's all following you on Coonstagram via selfie. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to take selfies with you. And I think there's about maybe 200 people, and oh, fucking Towley. Seriously. Oh, yeah, almost forgot. The Stotches. Oh, we'll get selfies of them. Might as well do that now, because eventually you'll have to run into them later. Oh, dear God. You have to run into at least one of them later. So, with that said, we're going to go to the right instead, because you won't be able to take pictures of any one of the Morse kids, because you need to actually gain enough followers to do so. And also, you need to take a picture with the mailman first. You need 2 Coonstagram followers in order for to even have someone to follow you. By the way, I actually pressed start just so I can... Oh yeah, you gotta talk to the mailman first.
Civil servant, kid. Huh?
Wrong button.
Now, kid.
Now open the mail, and then you get to talk to the mailman to get a selfie with him.
Sure, kid, let's do it.
You can also change your mood and expressions with these selfies. Sometimes characters also change their mood and expressions as well.
Okay, I guess you're popular enough to selfie with.
So now that I've got 2 followers on Coonstagram, I can be able to follow the Morse kids. And I think that's Maddie over here that I just took a picture with. And then there's Kevin and the others on the other side over here. Oh, I forgot to go near him.
Well, I guess we have enough mutuals and we can selfie.
Alright. Now, there's going to be people who's going to need more than like 24 or 25. This creepy guy over here. The selfie faces is just so hilarious.
I'm still having trouble reaching some of the Coon Friends. You might want to see what's going on.
Now, since I made it to level 1 influencer, I've got 25 experience points. These tasks will quickly get you up to certain levels. And now, we have ourselves a map. We're going to be able to use this map to go to certain missions. First mission we have is either 1, the human kite, or 2, Super Craig. I'll deal with Super Craig first because it's sort of progressing plot. But in the meantime, there's still more people to actually get selfies with. It would be in your best interest to do that. So,
Okay, I guess you're popular enough to selfie with.
we'll just go on ahead and take a selfie with these guys. And if you're not satisfied with the selfie picture you take with them, you can always take another one. And that face.
Friends now, I guess.
Alright, I think I got all the Morse kids, or was I missing one? No, I already got him. So, let's go on ahead and leave this area, or go in the house, whichever one comes first. Alright, the garage, almost forgot. I'm going to need an ability in order to actually get up those stairs. Actually, 2 of them, as a matter of fact. But if you happen to saw on the wall, and also in the back of the garage, Man Bear Pig was caught, and so was the Chin Pokemon, even though I didn't catch them all in the original playthrough. Oh, and by the way, these 6th graders, don't deal with them. Stay as far away from them as humanly possible. If you don't, it's an instant kill. There's a lot of instant kill moments here.
Hey, I know. Let's go beat up a squirrel. Dude, we beat up a squirrel.
When I finish kicking your butt, I'm gonna kick
And speaking of 6th graders,
Frogs don't have butts, they have quality.
let's go toss a fart at this guy's face and then beat his ass. Alright. Since the 6th graders are already going to start off the fight grossed out, by the way, you could do that in the original game. It's just the fact that here, it's actually more beneficial to gross out enemies before the battle.
Shut up, Forthy.
And I just got a Wet Willy. Wow. Just wow. You gotta be careful though, because these 6th graders are quick to use gross out on you. Now then, seeing as how the 6th grader is grossed out, just use another Gastro Smash if you're the Brutalist. But if you are the Speedster, just speed up and take 2 turns. I mean, yeah, you may miss out on a turn, but at the same time, did this guy just gave me a titty twister?
Uh-oh, that looked painful.
That's okay, he's about to die in a few seconds. And if your health gets too low, remember, there is always Coon Puffs. If you happen to scrape up some before coming to battle or doing missions for Cartman. And he's dead.
You got him on the ropes.
I do believe that takes care of that. And why do I have a clump of cat hair as a reward? And now we have the task of beating up 6th graders.
You took down a 6th grader. Keep it up.
Oh boy, we're going to be picking a fight with the 6th graders, aren't we? And that's locked for right now. So all we need to do is take a picture with this guy, I do believe. I forgot his name. But he's going to have A goofy face. Oh, it's Peter Mullen. Never mind.
Watching you defeat that six.
Thought it was somebody important.
Maybe I can become as strong as you one day.
And I think this is Jimmy's house. Ironically, they got the place repaired after Jimmy and the others crashed it in the Battle of the Giggling Donkey. So, yeah, I'm glad they got it fixed. But I do believe this is Henrietta's house next door, and I think Henrietta is one of the goth kids. We won't be dealing with her until later.
Super Craig hasn't checked in. I hope nothing's wrong.
Also, Cartman has informed us that we're near Craig's house, which has gotten repainted for some reason. Alright, we won't have an ability for this yet. However, we will also need another ability to try to get into that crack over there. So let's go into the house to see Super Craig.
Citizen, it is I. Greetings, citizen. It is I, Super Craig. I'm sorry, but I cannot assist anyone with their problems right now. Super Craig can't find his guinea pig. Go tell the Coon that I'm not playing until I find Stripe. He's not just a normal guinea pig. He belongs to me and my ex-boyfriend. That's right, Super Craig is gay. I'll bet Stripe is down in the basement again. We should start in the basement. That's the last place I saw him.
Before we get into the basement, let me just give you a brief rundown about that little relationship between Tweek and Craig. Apparently, PC Principal coupled them as a gay couple, even though Craig is definitely not gay and, well, wasn't gay until after Tweek and Craig made it official. By the way, it just walked to that box and investigated to get some snap pops. That's going to be a new ability. Just use the investigation mode to target anything that can be destroyed by the snap pops, or at least brought down to your level. And you'll have to follow Stripe, punch through the box, and also cause an explosion. By the way, that's going to be the same thing we're going to have to use later on for the refrigerator that happened to be in Craig's garage. But as I was saying, the PC Principal forced Craig and Tweek in a gay relationship. Man, the PC Principal was a rather brutal character, to be honest with you.
That looks like it required so much skill.
But because of that relationship, there was yaoi of them. And now, before we do that, let's break the guitar, and also let's fart out Stripe so that he'll come out. Sorry if I'm talking over the cutscene, because I don't have much to say. I think I killed him. Oh wait, no, he's alive.
Yes, Stripe, a brilliant rescue. But it wasn't just me. We have Butler.
Yeah. The thing about Stripe, he and Tweek actually bought Stripe as a gift. And Tweek and Craig, thanks to the superhero franchises colliding, ended up breaking up. Because we got Craig's guinea pig back, Craig is now playable, and his ultimate is Stripe. And also, we can get a selfie from Coonstagram for him by completing his mission. And with this selfie here, I'm going to call it a game for this part. And Craig is so depressed in that selfie. I'll see you guys in part 3 when we go over to Kyle's house to deal with his problems. See you guys in the next episode, and by the way, brace yourself for the other Kyle.